Hello everyone, my name is Scousey, call me Scousey if you want. Today's an exciting day. Mojang have just released a couple of hours ago snapshot 20W45A, which is the first snapshot for Minecraft 1.17, which means it's the first time that we're able to get hands-on and actually play with some of the new stuff. Today I'm going to be breaking some of it down and talking you guys through it, so let's get to it. We're going to start by looking at the geodes that you can see in front of me here, and as you can tell, it looks pretty beautiful, doesn't it? And these things are coated with two new blocks. We've got tuff, which forms the outside of the geode, and then we have got calcite, which is the next block in, and that's this white looking block. So they are two blocks with completely new textures that look awesome in my opinion, especially the calcite. I love that one. On the inside of the geode itself, firstly, what you want to notice for is the sound. Listen to this. It's very musical, and you will also get sounds if you throw things at the blocks, fire projectiles at them. So the first person to send me a video playing Jingle Bells on these will win a prize. No, seriously, I will give a prize if anyone can play Jingle Bells by throwing snowballs at amethyst blocks. Right, anyways, we've got two types of amethyst block in here. We have got your amethyst block that you can see here, which looks really cool, and you've also got this one, which is budding amethyst. Now these two blocks look very similar. The budding amethyst just has a darker bit of color in the middle of it there. That's how you tell them apart, but when you're in here it is difficult to tell them apart. To pick up an amethyst block, you are gonna need an iron pick, and that will drop the block, and you can take that with you and place it wherever you like. If, however, you want to pick up a budding amethyst block, you can't. They need to stay here. If you try and break them with a pick, oh, it's gone. And even an iron pick with silk touch, gone. You cannot move the budding amethyst blocks. It just can't happen. But you can take the normal amethyst blocks with you. The budding amethyst blocks are what these amethyst clusters grow on. These things grow in 4 different stages. There is the small amethyst bud, the medium amethyst bud, the large amethyst bud, and the amethyst cluster. The amethyst cluster being when they are, I love that sound, fully grown. Now, if you want to mine an amethyst cluster, if you break it with just a normal unenchanted pick, it will drop 4 amethyst shards. It will drop 4 every time, and you can then put amethyst shards into a crafting table to make amethyst blocks, or you can make some other stuff which we will get onto shortly. If you want to take the amethyst cluster with you, as it is, you will need to use silk touch, and if you mine it with silk touch, the cluster will break off and then you can take that back with you. You can place these onto normal amethyst blocks, but they will not grow. If you want them to grow, they will need to be on the budding amethyst block, so the one with the darker tint of colour in the middle of it. And the clusters can grow on any side of them as long as it is exposed to air or water. So let's talk about what we can use these amethyst shards for. The first thing is to make what you can see here, which is tinted glass. And we make tinted glass by putting 1 glass block and surround it with 4 of the amethyst shards. Now, if I step in here, You will notice, even though I'm surrounded in glass, it is completely dark in here. There's a light level of 0 in here 'cause I'm completely surrounded by this. So, tinted glass are glass blocks that do not let any light through. Now, this will be really interesting going forward. Maybe people will make their mob farms out of this stuff. You will be able to see exactly what is spawning in there. Or if you just want to have it as part of your roof, then that is another use for it, just so you can see through it yourself, but no light itself is gonna come through. Lava can now be placed into cauldrons. So if you want a nice fancy lava cauldron, so you can be in flames like I am here, just throw a bucket of lava in a cauldron. Doing this will emit a redstone signal of 1. So be interesting to see what people come up with for this. There is now an extra ore in the game. How cool is that? And this is copper ore, as you can see here, and this can be found in the overworld, same as you find iron and coal and all the other good stuff. I've had a scout around, and it seems quite common. It seems as common as iron, really. And when you mine this stuff, you're going to throw it into either a furnace or a blast furnace, and you're going to get yourself some copper ingots. Now, if I take some copper ingots there, and then we throw them into a crafting table, if you take 9 ingots, you will get 1 copper block. As you can see here in this conveniently placed line of copper blocks. Now, with copper, if you leave it outdoors, like in the real world, it's going to oxidize and it's going to start to age. Now, this process is quite slow. In the release notes, it says it takes in between 50 and 82 in-game days of a loaded chunk for it to progress 1 stage. Now, the 4 stages we've got here, we've got normal copper, then we've got lightly weathered copper, then we've got semi-weathered copper, and then all the way on the left there, we have got weathered copper. So they're the 4 stages. If you want to build something that's not so blocky, we also have cut copper. Cut copper like this is made by taking 4 copper blocks in your crafting table, and then you will get cut copper. Now, cut copper has the same stages as normal copper, but you have the ability to make stairs and also slabs with it. So that will make it a bit easier to build roofs and whatever other kind of funky stuff that you want to build with it. Now, if you like a certain stage of the oxidation, say you like this semi-weathered and your build gets to that stage and you think, I want to keep that. Let's say you're making the Statue of Liberty and it gets to this stage here and you think, I want to keep it at that stage. You can do. All you would need to do is get your block, come over to a crafting table, put the block in there, and then a piece of honeycomb. And what that's going to do, that's going to make waxed copper. Well, in this case, waxed semi-weathered copper. It'll be whatever variant you've put in there. Once the copper is waxed, it will not change again. It will stay like that then forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So if you want your roof to have a bit of a mixture of the different copper types, or you want it to all be, you know, the second stage, the lightly weathered, you can do so. You will just need to use your honeycomb and wax it up to keep it at that same level. Now, what can we make with copper? The first thing to mention that you can make with copper is by putting 3 of them in a row in your crafting table, and you can make yourself a lightning rod. Now, a lightning rod will protect a 4x16 area from lightning strikes, and it will also give off a redstone signal if it is struck by lightning. Now, you're probably wondering, why would we want that? And if your roof is built out of wood or wool or something else, and there is a lightning strike, as I'm sure you can tell, wood and fire is a bad combination. But if we put a lightning rod on the top, that'll protect our build. That'll mean the lightning will strike the lightning rod and not set our build on fire. Awesome! Next on our list is the Spyglass, and we make the Spyglass with 2 copper ingots and 1 amethyst shard. Now, this is going to enable us to peek at things in the distance and see what is going on. I'm a creative, so I'm a bit cheaty here, just flying up into the sky. But we can peek over at them sheep over there. We can look at that tree on top of there. You know, we can look all over the place. It is really quite cool. So, similar to the zoom feature in Optifine, it's going to let you peek at things quite a way away, but only in that small window, because it is a spyglass. I think it would have been better if they did binoculars myself and give us a bit more you know, a bit more of a view rather than just this little circle. But, you know, this is a good addition. This is really, really cool. I like this. Another new addition is candles. And you make candles with 1 honeycomb, 1 string, and then you get the normal candle colour there. And then if you put down a crafting table with 1 piece of dye, there are another 16 colours available to you there, and you can always light them with a flint and steel. Also worth noting, you can actually have up to 4 candles in each block, similar to sea lanterns, so you can mix it up a bit and decorate your place with a bit of colour, and these look really, really cool. And you can even put a candle on a cake now, so you can actually wish your mates a happy birthday properly. You can only put 1 on. Can't nom nom. But that's quite cool, isn't it? That you can actually give your mates a proper little happy birthday with a birthday cake. Another feature that they've added, and this one is a bit crazy, and I don't know why they've added this one. Maybe it's just to balance out with the bundles that we're going to talk about in a minute. These guys, if you don't know, are shulkers, and they are found in the end. But now, if a shulker bullet, those things that I'm running away from, hit another shulker, there is a chance that it will spawn in another shulker. So this could possibly be a way for shulkers to be... oh, that's bad. For shulkers to be... there you go, see one has spawned in. We've got an extra one now. So this could be a way for shulkers to be farmed. That'll be interesting to see as time goes on. Now, let's leave those guys alone over there. They should leave me alone now. Because what we're going to do now is talk about bundles. Now, bundles... where's that gone? Is it gone? It's gone. Bundles are a new inventory management system, if you like, but for use in early game. Now, these are finally going to give use to rabbit hides, because to make one, you are going to need 6 rabbit hides and 2 pieces of string, as you can see there. And that will leave you with a bundle, as you can see in my hotbar there. Now, if I fill my inventory with some junk there, let me venture out of eye line of those shulkers. The way bundles work is you can put multiple items in them, but you still have to be mindful of stack limits. So, for example, if I take this stack of granite and right click onto the bundle, that bundle is now full of 64 granite. If I right click again, it empties it out. If I take half a stack of granite, oh, I pressed the wrong button, then you can see that that has got 32 granite in, and then if I take half of the sand, that has now got that in there. For, you know, you can... oh, I pressed the wrong button again. This is taking some getting used to. if we were to take, say, some sand, wrong button, some sand. So we've got nether gold, we've got sand, and we'll also take some granite. So we've got 64 total items. So when you're exploring, it's a good way of all the little items you get. You might be collecting flowers, so you could dump 2 of each type of flower or something like that into a bundle. For items that stack in 16s, like we've got with the ender pearls here, we cannot go above the 16. We could take 8 eggs and 8 ender pearls, but we can't go above that 16. And the same can be said for things that stack in ones. We can't stack night vision potions, so one night vision potion is going to fill an entire bundle, and the same will be for, items of armor or weapons, tools, those kinds of things. So these will be a nice way to keep your inventory nice and tidy, especially in the early game before you have shulker boxes. Yes, guys, we're talking about you. Before you have shulker boxes and you're able to sort your inventory that way. One last thing to show you before we go is that rails can now be waterlogged. So you can transport stuff underwater without all your tracks being washed away. Just note it does slow the rail down, but the rail will continue to go. And these are powered rails I've got here, but normal rails can also be waterlogged. So that is quite a cool little feature, isn't it? I like new stuff like this. And that, guys, is all I have for you today. There's been a lot for us to talk about because for the first snapshot they have added a lot of stuff in here, so it gives us lots to play with and lots to learn about. I hope you found it informative. Please leave a comment down below with what you're looking forward to. Is there anything you're not looking forward to? There's also a link in the description to a video I made on the update about the Warden and what I think the Warden will be up to in the new update. So please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Scouse Mouse out.